arms of the angel fly away.
Each day, thousands of streams, ponds, and lakes, and other bodies of water not mentioned, get polluted by terrible, terrible contaminants.
Point source pollution is a single identifiable point of pollution, such as a pipe or a drain. Non-point source pollution is a type of pollution where you don't even know where it comes from. An example of this is runoff from storms or runoff from cars.
One type of water pollution is infectious agents. This includes parasites, bacteria, and viruses. They come from human and animal waste.
Infectious agents can harm the ecosystem by introducing a variety of intestinal diseases like E. coli, salmonella, and cholera, which may lead to symptoms such as diarrhea, vomiting, and dehydration.
Another form of water pollution includes inorganic chemicals. These include acids, salts, and metal compounds. The major sources of these are industries, households, and surface runoff.
Inorganic chemicals add toxins to water systems. They can introduce health problems such as problems with the circulatory system and an increased risk of cancer. They can also cause a delay of development in children and kidney problems and high blood pressure in adults.
Oxygen-demanding waste, such as biodegradable animal waste and plant debris, come from feedlots and food processing centers.
Oxygen-demanding waste deplete dissolved oxygen needed by aquatic species to survive. For example, plant nutrients cause eutrophication and solids can make the water muddy and block out sunlight, increasing the turbidity.
There are many different ways that scientists measure the levels of specific pollutants. For example, temperature, turbidity, pH scale, and dissolved oxygen. Water temperature can determine the different types of water animals and plants that live in an ecosystem and whether it's too hot or cold for them to survive. Turbidity is the measure of water clarity, and if the higher the turbidity, the harder it is for light to reach the organisms in the water sample. If the light doesn't reach the organisms in the water sample, they're not able to survive. A pH test measures the acidity of a water sample from 1 to 14. 1 being the most acidic, 7 being neutral, 14 being the most basic. The more acidic a water sample is, the harder it is for organisms to live in it. Most water samples range from 6.5 to 8.5. Dissolved oxygen tells how much oxygen is available in the water sample for aquatic organisms like fish to live and breathe there. It is affected by the amount and speed of flow of water and also the temperature.
There are many ways you can reduce water pollution. You can fertilize your garden and yard plants with manure or compost instead of commercial inorganic fertilizers. Minimize your use of pesticides. Don't apply fertilizer or pesticides near a body of water. Grow or buy organic foods. Don't drink bottled water unless tests show that your tap water is contaminated. Compost your food waste. Do not use water fresheners in toilets. Don't pour pesticides, paint, oil, antifreeze, or other products containing harmful chemicals down the toilet or onto the ground.
The Clean Water Act of 1977 set the basic structure for the organization of the pollutant discharge into the U.S. waterways. The Rivers and Harbors Appropriation Act of 1899 regulated the navigation of the U.S. waterways.
For just 2 cents a day, you can help the billions of gallons of water particles that are harmed by these pollutants. Please